Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing another VFX tutorial. So the first order of business is obviously to press A and then X. So A selects everything, X deletes. So once you have your project, I'm just going to state this again. In order to follow this tutorial, you should have basic knowledge of Blender 2.8. And you should probably watch my last tutorial because I'm not going to go a lot in depth this one. So today we're going to make a fireball. So we're going to make a fireball. So this fireball, we need a UV sphere. So up here in this menu, we press add, and under mesh, we go UV sphere. Then with the sphere selected, you click it, you press S, and we're just going to scale it up. Now, while you have your sphere selected, you press tab. Now with tab, goes into edit mode. Now make sure you press A to select all, right click, and subdivide it 2 times. Go into your Vertex Editing tab, right where here, so this is your modifiers tab, and right here, it's like this upside down triangle. You're going to press plus, and while in edit mode with all of your vertices selected, by pressing A, you press a sign. Now you can press tab to go into object mode, go to your modifiers, and go to Vertex Weight Edit, so you're going to add that modifier. And under Vertex Group, we're going to select the group we just did. For the fall off, just go custom curve. Just continue doing this custom curve. So under texture mask, we're going to add one of those. Texture coordinates are going to be global. And right here in this little button, you click that, and it's going to bring you here. So type is going to image or movie, and just press clouds. So make sure you have all of this, so I'm just going to leave it there so you can copy it. Okay, so now you're just going to press this arrow so you don't really see all the options. Let's add modifier. You're going to add a mask modifier. Then you're going to go back to add modifier, and you're going to add a smooth modifier. So for smooth, you're just going to put 30 for smooth, and it's going to smooth it out a little. And then under mask, so you can close this out, make sure it's not expanded. So under vertex group, you're going to select the group. There's hold. You're going to make the group. So now that you can select it to whatever you want, you probably don't want a lot, so you probably kind of want it like that. So you can write those down, so I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Okay, so then you're going to go to your simple deform modifier, which is under modifier, then under deform, and it's right under the shrink wrap. So click that, you can do that, and then under angle, click it, type 360. It's going to look like this, so in order to fix that, we're going to press, the axis is going to be Z. So now it's going to kind of like flow around. So actually, we're going to change the threshold because I think that's a little too much. So I'm going to change it to that so you can copy that, so I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, so now that we have that copied, we're going to do the next part. So this is just going to be the outside of the sphere. So basically what we're going to do now is we're just going to apply all this. So now what we can do is we can click it, press G and then Z, so we're just going to move it up a little. What we're going to do is we're going to go to materials, or before we go to materials, we're going to press Z. And see how I'm in solid mode? There's rendered mode and wireframe mode. So go to material preview. So just hover your mouse here and just release it, and it'll change your modes. So with your object selected, go into your material modes, press new, surface, right where it says principal VSDF, click that. Then go to emission. Then under strength, press 5. And because this is going to be a fireball, I'm going to make this in color. But it's not really glowing like a fireball, it just kind of looks like yellow. So we're going to go here under render properties, so it's the second tab here, and just press bloom. Now we got a fireball here. So we're going to add another mesh. Shift A, mesh, UV sphere. So we're just going to move this mesh up. We're just going to make it look like this. So actually, this isn't a very... So you can keep it whatever size, but just scale it down so it kind of looks like a skin around it. So, see how it's kind of like a skin around it? Now we need, see how this kind of looks like blocky, the sphere? So just right click the sphere and just press shade smooth. Now it looks normal. And if it looks weird for you, which the chance it is, under the same tab with the vertex groups where we assigned our groups, under normals, just do auto smooth and set it to 180. And it shouldn't look that, and it should fix it. So, we don't need to modify this at all. So, all we're going to do is we're just going to change the material. So we're going to add a material with the add material button. Under the surface, press emission, change the strength to 5, and then we're going to get a nice orange. So, obviously this color might be a little off, so we may not want that. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to edit this, so we might want to make this a little darker so it matches more. So, in order to make our VFX look better, we're going to select the outside, so this part right here, so we're going to select this part, and we're going to right click it, we're going to press copy objects, we're going to press paste objects. Then we're going to use our rotate tool, and we're just going to rotate it. And we're going to change the color. And what we're trying to do here is just make it look like. So what we're trying to do is so we have to kind of get it so that it looks like, it needs to be a darker shade of orange. It needs to be like really dark. So now you can just play with the rotation a bit. Okay, so now with that, we're gonna make something under it. So we're gonna go to a cylinder. So now we're gonna place a cylinder in here. We're gonna go S and we're gonna Z. So S to scale it and Z to lock it on the S axis. Now we're gonna just scale it out and we're gonna go SZ again. So keep it a little fat, because what we're gonna do might shrink it a little. So what we're gonna do is we're kind of create like an under part. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna press tab, go into our Vertex Select, so the upside down triangle, the object data properties. We're going to press A to select all, right click and subdivide 3 times. I'm going to press a plus, press a sign, so now you can go back into object mode. Then we're going to go to our modifiers and follow the same process. So we're just going to vertex weight edit, select our group, custom curve, go here, press new, global, image or movie, clouds, and boom. So we're going to go mask and our smooth. So the same process, so smooth, set it to 100. So see how it shrinks? That's exactly why we made it a little fat. So for the vertex threshold, make the group and just do this. Now what we're going to do is you're going to make it shrink. So what we're going to do is we're going to, or no, not shrink, I mean curve it. What am I doing? So just set it to your 360 angle and set it on your Z axis. So SZ. So you can kind of curve it. What you want to do is you probably want to increase the mask by a lot. Kind of like that. Shift D and just curve it in. And just keep on duplicating it and just curving it in a way. So kind of like this, like how I am. So once you get as many as you're satisfied with, I chose 3 because I'm satisfied with 3. So I'm just going to apply all the modifiers on these. So as you're applying them, you should start thinking about the color. My color is going to be white. Or no, my color's not going to be white. I'm going to choose, so we cleared both these. So I'm going to choose probably like an orange color in a way, because I think we're going to make a wind effect around it. So what you can do is you can select all these and just press Ctrl J. So that's going to group them so they're all one thing, so I can move them in one direction. So I can just go here, under my materials, add a new one. For my surface, I just want to go to principle. So click on the principle VSDF, but choose emission, press 5, and we have this, but change it to like that. So we have this now. And now we're gonna create another layer of this. So we're just gonna put it in the center of the ball and do it out here. And we're gonna follow the same process again. So subdivide it. We're gonna press wrong tab. We're gonna press the vertex groups, assign the group, and I'm gonna keep on going less into detail every time because it's the similar process. A lot of VFX, if you're doing modifier based like how we are, the modifier based is going to be more of a, I don't know, like modifier. So modifier based is basically taking shapes and deforming them and making them look like actual objects. There's another style of VFX which will probably be in the next tutorial. I still have to get the hang of it. I'm still learning it. So just as I'm doing this, you guys are probably familiar with the process, but you don't want a big, so what we're doing is we're kind of creating like a wind effect around it. So we want this to kind of be out a lot, or we don't want it to be out a lot. We just want it to be like super like invisible, kind of like you don't want people to see this. And you can kind of like bring it in a little bit like that, how I did that, and then just bring it out a bit. So there you go. So I'm just gonna tell you. So we're gonna test how it looks with a simple deform. You should always test multiple methods to see how your VFX is gonna look, because you don't know, it may look good. So I think I like this, but I'm gonna lower my threshold a bit. Yeah, I like it like this, but I'm gonna scale it out a bit because I don't want it to look like a part of the fireball. So now we're just gonna go apply, 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 apply. Have the object, and we're gonna change this material to a white material. So we're just gonna change it to an emission, and we may put, I think 3 would suit this best. So with that, I think that's going to be our VFX. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button, please subscribe. See you next time on the next tutorial. Peace.